This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey, great friends. What's happening? It is Thursday afternoon. Kaplan and Crew taking to the radio airwaves of 1090. So we are in San Diego, but broadcasting through San Diego, Orange County, LA, the Central Coast, the mega market. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. So for those of you that are listening on radio, glad you guys are here with us today. For those of you that are watching on YouTube, make sure you get involved in the YouTube chat. It's the live chat that goes on during the show. Everybody's involved. And also, don't forget, subscribe. If you're not a subscriber to our YouTube channel yet, we're asking you to make sure you hit that subscribe button, because when we send out stuff on YouTube, you get a push notification on your phone, assuming your notifications are turned on. So hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 7,500 subscribers by the end of the year. We got 2 months to do it. So for those of you that are watching on YouTube, all the chatlins, glad you guys are here. Oh, and by the way, hey, chatlins, just a little notice here for you. This goes for you too, Grande and Brown, man. I made a confirmed date today with Captain Fathom from the Yacht America, the great friends / chatlins, Kaplan and Crew holiday party aboard the Yacht America is going to happen on Saturday, December 17th. Saturday, December 17th. So stay tuned for your chance to win your way onto the Yacht America and come party with us for our holiday party. One of potential 2 holiday parties that we're going to throw. So
2?
Yeah, I'm thinking about a second one.
Whoa.
I'm thinking about a second holiday party, because the holiday party on the Yacht America is awesome and everybody always has a great time, but it's super limited. We can only bring like 75 people. So I was thinking about a second holiday party that is more of a landlubber kind of a party. You know what I'm saying? People that don't like to get on boats. You like that?
Land lover.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So, all right. So radio listeners, glad you're here. YouTube viewers, glad you guys are here. Tonight, television, Channel 4 San Diego. In fact, somebody was busting my balls yesterday because did I tell you guys that on Sunday after the Rams game, I did a TV hit on Fox 11 in LA with Kyle Kraska, who used to be at KFMB in San Diego. Did I tell you guys that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you did.
And somebody was telling me like yesterday, they're giving me a hard time. Like, oh, dude, you had to beg your way to get onto the postgame show. I'm like, no, I didn't beg my way onto anything. It was actually kind of a pain in my ass. And they're like, oh, you just want to be on TV all the time. I'm like, no, I think we're on TV plenty. And so for those of you that are watching on TV tonight, Channel 4 San Diego, Channel 4 Santa Barbara, 118 in Orange County and in LA if you've got Cox or Spectrum cable. And then, of course, to all the audio podcasters who listen on your own time, glad you guys are here. All right, Grande, Brown Man. Good afternoon, fellas. Today is our last broadcast of the week because Alex is going to be doing wedding prep going into Sunday. I got to go to like some family-related stuff tomorrow with the legal system. How do I phrase it?
Baby mama drama.
I got baby mama drama. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have babies no more, but yes, you have
No.
baby mama drama.
I do. As a matter of fact, how about this? Like this was like an emotional morning this morning. My daughter, who's my 4th child, my 3rd daughter, dude, 16 years old today. 16. I look at this child, and I know other parents will feel this way. I look at this child and I still see a little baby. Like I still see like a little 8-year-old, a 10-year-old, a 12-year-old. She's a 16-year-old girl who's turning into a young woman. And I got 11 days, guys. 11 days until this child gets a driver's license. So I'm giving everybody fair warning. I got 11 days. That's it. That's all I got.
That's great.
Yeah. So
You got a car lying around for her?
I mean, listen, I had all these Mazdas and all these kids went off to college, and now there's a bunch of cars sitting here and no drivers.
Question: what kind of car does he have sitting around for her? Not if.
Well, the
what
Mazdas.
kind?
Yeah, I got the 2 Mazdas, and she likes my son's Mazda more than she likes my daughter's Mazda, because my son's Mazda has like cloth seats and my daughter's has leather seats, and this kid's always wearing short shorts, and she's like, I can't have my legs stick to the leather seats.
Also, you need to prepare yourself. You're gonna need a flow chart of who gets the car when all the children return.
You're so right, because when they all come home for the Christmas holidays, Browner,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have at that point 2 cars
For 4
with
people.
4 drivers.
5 technically if you add yourself.
Well, I'll have 3 cars for 5 drivers. So, yes, you're right. Gonna
That's
need a
gonna be
flow
rough.
chart because the
Oof.
one who's coming back from Boise is not driving down from Boise, and Justin, who's coming in from West Virginia, he not driving anything. And then here's what's gonna, and then Julia's or Jaden's gonna get home from New Orleans, and she's gonna be like, "That's my car." And my
Yep.
son's gonna get home, and he's gonna go, "That's my car." And my 16-year-old's gonna go, "No, that was your car, but now it's
Mine now.
my car." Right. And then I'm gonna be like, "Here's my keys. Just take my car and leave me the hell alone."
Ugh.
So when I left, I
don't envy that.
when I left
that storm.
when I left Oxnard, I brought, obviously it's not that far, like West Virginia far, Louisiana far. So, but I never went home for an entire break. Like I never went home for a winter break. I never went home for summer break. I just stayed in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
So at what point are you as a parent, you're like, Justin, you're 25 years old. You got to stop coming home for summer break.
He only
Like,
22, but yes.
I know. But I'm saying, like, is there a point as a parent where you're like, you got to stop coming home for summer?
Okay. So, and I'm glad we're having this conversation to get started today because there's a lot of things I still want to get into sports wise, but we only have a short period of time. So I'll just warm up by saying this. Alex, this summer, I'm trying to get Justin to not come home.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than come home for the summer, I want him to go to Pittsburgh, which is an hour away.
Mm-hmm.
I want him to room up with these dudes that I know, these college kids that I know. Don't ask me why I know these college guys. And I want him to work all summer in Pittsburgh. And he can do his football training in Pittsburgh. And I'd rather him stay in Pittsburgh for the summer. My daughter, Jillian, who's 20, she'll be 21 in May.
Mm-hmm.
Last summer, she came home. She kept her condo townhouse with her roommates in Boise. The roommates lived there. My daughter did not. But guess who paid for the entire summer of rent? You're
Right.
looking at them. You're
Right.
looking
That's
at
why
them.
it's kind of where I was asking. Like,
Right.
if there's finances elsewhere, why
Yeah.
are you here?
No, so that's my point.
You're going to do it again?
No,
this
no,
summer?
I'm not. No, I'm not doing it again. This summer, I want Justin to go to Pittsburgh and work. I already have like a job lined up for him.
Mhm.
And Jillian, I want her to stay in Boise this summer so she can work and do her thing and live in the place that we're paying for.
Mm.
Jaden from New Orleans, she can come home. It's her first summer.
Oh, it's first summer. Yeah.
Yeah. She can come home.
Yeah.
And isn't she in a dorm?
She is in a dorm. Yeah.
So that's different.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
When you have off-campus housing,
Yeah.
Right.
that comes out of your
That's
pocket.
why I never
Right.
went back, because I'm still paying rent.
Right.
You know, I never
Right.
lived on dorm because I transferred. So I was like, I
Right.
can't just pay whatever I'm paying and not live there.
That's
like,
the
it just
point.
didn't make sense to me.
I know. I can't tell you how much money I wasted this past summer.
Dude, this is why she should have kept kicking soccer balls, man.
Dude, believe me. Hey,
Ugh.
dude, you should see her now. She's like all yoked. She works in this gym, and so she's working out every day in this gym and she's got trainers all around her. And I'm like, dude, you're in great shape. Put a soccer ball on your foot and get out there and play for the Boise soccer team.
Yeah.
She don't
Can't
want no
hurt.
part of it. She don't want no part of it. She's become a sorority girl, man.
Ugh.
Yeah.
They ain't going to get you free room and board.
I know. Truth. All right, listen, we're just kicking things off here today from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. So before we get into a bunch of other stuff, Alex, yesterday I started the show by asking you if you were getting nervous at all about Sunday and the big wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday you said no.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now we're one day closer to the actual wedding itself.
Mm-hmm.
Anything changing at all? Any nerves of any kind? And it doesn't have to just be nerves. It could be like, increased responsibilities, people already coming into town, people asking you questions to things you don't know the answers to.
Mm-hmm.
Your fiance kind of giving it to you a little bit, Tell me, where are we at?
Even less nervous than yesterday. I have such a busy day today with non-wedding stuff, just stuff I have to lock down before because I'm not only is it like, am I all in on wedding Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but then I'm all in on mini moon Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I'm like completely disconnecting from everything for 6 days. So I'm just preparing myself with this job, with other things that I have to do before I even can get to wedding stuff tomorrow. So right now I'm all in on like, okay, I gotta like work, and then after today, I think I will be all in on wedding, and then I'm just in go mode. That's how I just get in go mode. But everybody has told me like just slow down and enjoy it, everything. So tomorrow I will be in go mode, but I will try to soak it all in. And even if it's like, mundane, just got to get it done for the wedding stuff. Like I'm trying to, like last night, put pictures in frames. Mar gave me a job. Like we're decorating the reception with like pictures of us throughout the reception.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Hey, you do this," and I was like, "Okay." So I just did it.
All right.
Yeah.
Browner, any last minute advice? Because today we're on the
By the
air.
way, you have no idea how many people have like been like, how weird is it that that Scott and Browner keep talking about your wedding as they're going through like baby mama drama, and they just keep telling you don't do it. Like,
no, wait, no, correction.
Yeah,
I never said don't do it. I never said don't do it.
Not this week, but there's been times in the past where that's come out.
But overall, I've never said don't do it because I know the parties involved. I've never said don't do it. I like her. She's very nice. You're a very nice, upstanding person, and I think the two of you are a good match. So I never once said don't do it. I said in general, don't do it.
Right.
I will say this. I've always been the kind of person that has like thought that getting married before listen, I did it. I got married at 29. I got divorced at 49, So, I mean, it was a 20-year run of 17 years of marriage and then separation and then ultimately divorce. And I admit I'm a little bitter. I'm a little jaded towards marriage to the point now where if a young person were to say to me, what's your advice when it comes to marriage? I'd say, hey, as a guy, wait till you're at least 40, make your money, get through your 30s, have your fun, see the world if you can. And then when you're 40-ish, you can still find a partner who's younger and who can still have babies. And then if you have babies between 40 and 50, I'm telling you right now, you're 70 and your kid is 20, graduated high school, college, and as a 70-year-old, you're young because you got young kids. I know plenty of 70-year-old dudes that have 21-year-old kids and they're young guys.
I had a friend in high school who her dad was like in his 60s when we were graduating, and I was like, that's so old.
Right.
And now I'm like, that don't sound that bad.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty good. Like,
Browner, you don't like what you're not buying what I'm selling, are you, Browner?
No, man. There's a part about being a parent that playing with your kids, being able to run with them, being able to, whether it be now, if you're not an athletic parent, then this conversation isn't for you. But if you played sports growing up or you were athletic, being able to share that with your kid and get out there and play with them, play a game of one-on-one or kick a soccer ball, throw a football, whatever the case may be, swing a baseball bat, do some BP, like being able to do those things while you're still active and can talk trash to them and beat them.
Yeah.
That's important to athletic parents. I know you went out there with your son a couple times and had to show him the business. Now imagine being 70 and trying to do that.
Well, also if you have kids, is
gone.
At what point do you like
your hips gone?
Hip gone.
Like, Scott, you're not there yet, but at what point do you start thinking like, you know what, a grandkid would be dope? Because if you do that at 70, if you're 70 and your kid's 20, like your chances are you're not meeting that grandkid.
Well, but you see the thing that Browner got the math all wrong. No, Browner, you got the math all wrong, dog. Because if you're 45 years old and you have a kid and the kid's playing Little League at 10 and you're 55, you're still fine to get out there and run around with the kid and throw the ball around.
Scott's talking about himself right now.
Yeah.
Fam, you about to tear a hamstring. What you talk about? 55. You 55, you ain't running nowhere with no 10-year-old.
Oh, no, by the way, we got to come back.
How many people I've known who have torn their ACL jumping over a toy in the house?
Speaking of torn hamstrings and ATLs, we have to get back to the decathlon once we all reconvene at some point.
Yeah.
We have
once the wedding's over.
We gave everybody a little tease and we got to go back.
Yeah, the long drive competition was no fun. I mean, we got to get into real athletic events. The free throw shooting, the field goal kicking, the soccer, the swimming. We got to get back to all of the decathlon. I'm with you. All right, listen, let me say this. Alex today is in his final day of the show. Tomorrow we'll have a best of show. And that is because Alex is going to be getting into wedding prep. I got baby mama drama. And I got to go deal with all of that tomorrow. Next week, by the way, Grande's off the air Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Browner takes control of the entire operation, and Lawhead sits in the third chair. So we got everything covered. And I want to tell you, Alex, what you probably don't know, and I don't know if I'll just say it. I have received so many direct messages from great friends who've heard our conversations about how you're not going to put up a QR code, you're not giving anybody your Venmo, you're
Yeah.
not giving people your home address, you don't want gifts. People have been hitting me up on direct messages saying, "Okay, where can I send a gift to Alex?" And
Are you
I'm
responding?
I'm responding. I'm going to give anybody who asks, I'm giving them I have a PO box. It's not my home address. I have a PO box and I'm going to give people that PO box. And if people want to send you a gift, you can't say no. And if they do, wonderful. If they don't, no sweat. I'm not
I
putting it
mean,
out
I'm
on the
not a I'm
show.
not a dick. Like if someone sends me something, I'm not gonna be like, no. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not putting it out on the show. I'm not putting it on social media. If somebody wants to speak to me and direct message me and say, "How do I send Alex a gift?" You hit me up. I'll give you an address of a PO box. And you know who's the first person that asked, by the way?
Tommy.
No. No,
Joe
although
Rigby.
oh, well, by the way, a couple of quick things. Shout out to Tommy. This Friday night, Tommy is performing his finale to his stand-up comedy classes. And that's happening
Nice.
on Friday night down in Point Loma, and I'm trying to make it down there to support my man.
When is it?
It's Friday night.
This Friday?
Yeah. You want to go?
Okay, let me. Yeah, probably. I could probably go and support Tom.
Yeah. All right.
Support old Double T.
Yeah. So Friday night, Tommy's got his comedy show, and he's the headliner, by the way. So I'm gonna try and make that on Friday night. Juliana and Joe Rigby both have been asking, how do they send a gift? And so I love those guys. I'm willing to give them my PO box. And again,
Yeah.
if anybody wants it, you can get a hold of me directly.
We got the Mars mom brought the envelope sized gift box
Yeah.
to the house yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gifts have been coming in already too.
I
so,
love it, man. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, Mar's still here, so I'll just keep this one later. When she leaves, I'll say it out loud.
Okay. Got it.
She could hear me right now.
All right. All right. Hey, listen, while we're getting started here today, I noticed that Grande is rocking his Lakers hoodie. I'm going to tell you guys that I was watching some of the World Series last night. A no-hitter thrown by the Houston Astros pitching staff. Pretty amazing, actually, because it wasn't one guy who, it was left in to see if he can finish it off. This isn't game 82. This is the World Series. So if you're managing, you're like, look, yeah, he's got a no-hitter through 6, but I got an entire bullpen here ready to go. I'm pulling this guy out. I'm bringing these guys in. And the Astros pitching staff itself no-hits the Phillies the night after the Phillies have this historic, home run barrage. So all these guys last night, and for those of you that are watching on TV or watching on YouTube, we put it up on the screen. Here's how it all went down. 6 innings pitched, 9 strikeouts, 1 inning, 3 strikeouts, 1 inning, 1 strikeout, last inning, 1 strikeout, no hitter for the Houston Astros last night.
You thought that was impressive?
You didn't?
I didn't.
Really?
No. You know how many times we see guys come out the bullpen and not give up a hit? Like a guy did a no-hit. The 6th inning is utterly impressive. That's impressive to me. You've been through the lineup a couple times. They've seen you, and you still were able to hold them hitless. For a guy to come out of the bullpen and get 3 outs and then go out of the game, that's not impressive to me.
I think no hitting the Phillies is very impressive. For as hot as they have been all postseason, to not give up a single hit to that lineup, that's very impressive. Now, if you want to get all minute about it and say, well, the bullpen did their job, okay, but still, not giving up a single hit to that lineup the way they've been playing, how can you not say that's not impressive?
The night before,
if you want to call it a no hitter and we can get into semantics of the no hitter of it all, but just not allowing a hit to that lineup, come on.
I mean, the night before, they hit all these bomb home runs, monster shots. And people were talking about how the Phillies bats can't be slowed down. And the next night, as a staff, not as an individual player, but as an entire staff, they no-hit the red-hot Phillies. So, yeah, Brown, I mean, I'm kind of impressed. But here was my point. I left the World Series game. I got to the Lakers last night against the Pelicans because I really kind of wanted to see what it's going to look like with Russ coming off the bench and looking like a happy player all of a sudden. And I also wanted to see Zion on the other side, who is just such a monster. I mean, now that he looks like he's kind of back into shape, you just realize how great he was projected to be because he's so big and so strong and he's so fast. So I was really excited to watch this Laker game last night. Grande, I see you got on your hoodie. We'll talk a little bit more about it, but that was an incredible win last night for the Lakers. And I got it. It's only the 7th game of the season, and it's only their 2nd win, and they started off 0-5. But, I mean, Brown is a pure basketball fan. That was a fun game to watch. And when you're getting contributions from guys that are kind of what you would call no-name players, that was probably the most fun I've had watching a Laker game since the bubble season.
You know who always plays well against New Orleans?
Who dat?
Anthony Davis.
He played well last night.
Do it again. Let's see him do it again.
He's actually been really good this year.
Yeah, it's not just him, man. It's the other guys.
He's the key, though.
Dude, you know who's really good? And
Lonnie Walker, and you should apologize to him.
Why?
Because last week you were like, if your leading scorer or if your best player is Lonnie Walker, you got problems.
You do.
I still think that's accurate. I'm not apologizing.
Yeah.
Okay, Lonnie Walker, he's an emerging talent.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
Oy,
yeah,
yikes.
Scouting eyes right here.
Say he's a crazy athlete.
All right, hold on.
Right.
Let me do this. Let's keep rolling. We're just getting going. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios. This is Kaplan and Crew.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Dominating the SoCal radio airwaves for over 20 years. Join Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner for Kaplan and Crew every Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. only on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier1090.com.
Absolutely. The best part of the day is working with the team and working directly with customers. Just because it's fun and I enjoy collaborating. I enjoy watching the customers' reactions when the designers come up with their spaces. And we really take pride in the team effort and what we accomplish in the end.
I can tell that the team we have, accountability is very important. They feel like the work that we do is not just a reflection of themselves, but a reflection of us.
We've always been a design build company, but now we've taken design, not only architectural, but interior design to a completely different level.
The philosophy of integrity here at Murray Lampert is always doing the right thing even when someone isn't looking. In turn, the homeowners get a really great product.
We're truly a team at Murray Lampert Design, Build, Remodel, and we don't take that lightly.
Your next outdoor family adventure awaits. Exploring and adventuring to new places, creating beautiful memories for your ultimate family experience using clean and pure energy. Endless charging for endless possibility, fueling all your outdoor needs. Our easy to set up solar panels offer clean and powerful energy. Pass-through charging means you can charge still fully enjoying your adventures. Experience your dreams with Jackery. Be free on your travels, enjoying delicious meals. Listen to the sounds of nature or a great film, peacefully and quietly. making these small moments count. Jackery Solar Generator. Jackery.
Welcome back. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
Hey, everybody. What's happening? Thursday afternoon, Kaplan and Crew on the radio airwaves of 1090, on the stream of YouTube, on television, on cable TV, part of the Cox YourView network, all the different audio podcast platforms, and every other way you can possibly reach us. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Hopefully, by the way, you're part of our weekly newsletter. If you're not, all you have to do is go to kaplanandcrew.com, scroll to the bottom of the page, give us your email, and we update you on things that are going on around the show. On Fridays, we usually send those emails out. So it's only once a week. We don't spam you. We're not sending you stuff every day. We're not selling you anything. It's just being part of the community around here. And so make sure you go to kaplanandcrew.com, the website, scroll to the bottom, give us your email. You'll be part of our email list. All right, Grande Brown Man. Fellas, we have a very limited amount of time again today because of the World Series on 1090. So I want to try and squeeze in a lot. We were started to talk about the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
What a great win last night. And here's why I say a great win. Lakers have a big lead going into half. Here comes New Orleans in the second half with a 15-0 run. Lakers kind of stop it by scoring a few at the end of the third quarter. They've got a little bit of a lead. It's going to be a battle in the fourth quarter. It looks like New Orleans is going to win. New Orleans is up by 3. They missed 2 free throws with like a second and a half to go. LeBron gets the rebound, calls a timeout. Austin Reeves inbounds a perfect pass like Tom Brady, man.
Oh,
Like from
chef's kiss pass.
Tom Brady to like Julian Edelman, you know? And there you have this great pass that goes to this guy, Matt Ryan. You mean to tell me LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, all these guys on this team, Lonnie Walker's having the game of his life, and the guy they're going to ask to shoot the last 3 is a guy by the name of Matt Ryan? Well, guess what? Great pass. Guy steps and shoots, drains the 3, overtime. Lakers go to overtime and wind up winning the game. I'm telling you guys right now, probably the most fun I've had watching a Laker game since maybe the bubble season. Last year was painful. It was painful to watch. Alex,
Yeah.
you are the resident Laker fan. What'd you think about last night's win?
I liked the win is fine. You know, I liked what I'm seeing, like little things that I'm seeing. Like Russell Westbrook off the bench is actually working, which is impressive in its own. The fact that I don't know if I said this here on my podcast. I don't remember, but the bar is so low for that guy. You know, like he's getting paid $45 million and not one single Laker fan expects him to play like a $45 million player. The bar is so low. Just don't do dumb stuff and just be a positive influence when you are on the court.
Let me ask
And
you
that's
this.
all we're asking.
Let me ask you this. Were you surprised last night? He had a great first half. He made some incredible passes. He looked really unselfish. I think LeBron rewarded him when he made a great pass to LeBron, and then they were coming down the floor the next trip, and LeBron was like, okay, well, there's Russ because he gave one to me. I'm going to give it right back to him. And yes, in the third quarter, I felt like he kind of made some wild, through the lane kind of missed layups. But were you surprised? I know I was. As well as Russ had been playing in that game, he really had nothing to do with the end of the regulation or really the overtime.
Yeah, he was playing bad. That's why. I mean, I think he still gets into like Russ triple-double Russ sometimes. He's still adjusting. He had 3 straight turnovers. He shot a 3 with like 20 seconds on the shot clock.
Bad shot.
And I think Darvin Ham's like, okay, let's rein it back. Let's pull it back a little bit. And like, I guess to your guys' point, like, I think if Vogel does this, like Russ is pouting the entire time, but with Ham, he's not.
Well, how about this? When Ryan hit the 3-point shot that tied the game, did you see Russ's reaction?
Yeah, he was fired up.
Oh my God, you didn't see
Thomas Bryant.
Oh, dude.
I'll play it.
Wait,
though.
you have to. Okay, we'll play the video for you. For those of you that are watching, for those of you that are listening, you'll hear it. But listen, watch Russ's reaction. Think about this. He's sitting out. It's crunch time. It's winning or losing time. And as energetic as he was, he's on the bench. And watch Russell Westbrook's reaction to Matt Ryan hitting the game-tying 3. This tells you everything you need to know about who Russ is becoming versus who he was a year ago. Play this.
Game on the line. He throws it cross court. Matt Ryan's three. Good! He hit it! Matt Ryan falling out of bounds, and we're going overtime on the ESPN LA Lakers radio network. What? Every moment of the
All right, nice call by my man John Ireland. You couldn't see the video as well there, but I was watching it on TV. Russ is sitting at the end of the bench.
He almost caught the ball.
Ryan hits the shot, and Russ, he not like hanging his head like, oh man, we're going overtime and I didn't contribute. He's freaking jacked. He's stoked. This guy, Matt Ryan, was doing DoorDash deliveries a year ago. And Russ is right there, and he sees the ball get drained, and he goes after him, and he's screaming, and he's yelling. Russ is having fun, man.
It's hard not to get excited in a moment like that. I don't
I
care who
understand.
you are or what
I
kind of
understand.
energy you have about the game or your role in the organization. When a shot like that happens, the energy is undeniable. It doesn't matter what sport you're in. If that's a hockey goal, that's
I cussed a
field
lot
goal
at
kick,
home.
yeah, dude, like you cannot help but get excited. A Laker fan probably ran around their house on that shot, and it's because of who made the shot. Like
I would say though that his energy, the difference of his energy of the first 5 games to the last, or the first 4 games to the last 3,
different.
it's palpable.
Mhm.
You could see the difference in
Mhm.
his attitude. And I think the narrative was getting so negative around the guy that I would bet money that he was sat down by his team and be like, bro, you want to keep playing this league and making some money, you gotta do something. Because if you keep going down this path, it's so negative around you right now. You're gonna be like on veteran minimum next year.
Or
Like
they
I
gonna
genuinely
send
think
you
his
home.
team sat him down, and I think they told him your future is in play this year. It's
Mhm.
not just you. It's not just Russell Westbrook as a Laker. It's
Mhm.
Russell Westbrook as an NBA player
Mhm.
this
Yep.
year.
Mhm.
I genuinely think he got sat down, and I think he's like, you know what? I think he actually listened.
Well, I will tell you guys this. I was really impressed last night because guys who I really didn't expect anything from, Troy Brown, I didn't know who Troy Brown really was. Lonnie Walker, dude, I had to start, like last night, I was like, you know what? I'm going to start researching these dudes and find out what their deal is. These are like 23-year-old guys that I think were one and done college players. Like the guy Lonnie Walker was the best basketball player in the state of Pennsylvania his senior year of high school, and then went to the University of Miami. As best I can tell, is a one and done guy, got drafted in the middle of the first round by San Antonio and has been playing there for like 3-4 years. No one really thinks that much of him. The Lakers are like, we need bodies. He was a guy who I'm telling in high school, he's like a high school All-American. This guy,
But don't get it
yeah,
twisted. This roster, it shows you every game, even the 2 games that they've won. And that Sunday game last Sunday when they didn't have AD and they lost, or Friday when they lost to the Wolves. This roster is still not good. So
No.
the moment they don't give it 100% effort, the moment that they let up a little bit, you see teams make runs. Yesterday, the Pelicans, they had a
15-0.
12-point lead, the Lakers?
Yeah.
It was like a 15-2 run, the Lakers. And then all of a sudden, they kind of let off the gas a little bit. They don't go as aggressive on the defensive end. They start missing wide open threes, and teams could just come back on them right away.
all I'm saying is, my point is that guys like Lonnie Walker and Troy Brown, and I was thinking about you last night, Browner, when you're a high school All-American and you are, being highly recruited and you're a one and done talent and you're a first round pick, but you're only 23 years old, you've not taken the league by storm. You're not a superstar, but you are a very talented young player who's now with a new coach in a new system and having to play with LeBron James. And I say having to, like you're probably starstruck by LeBron James. This is only 7 games in, and all I'm telling you guys is I'm seeing improvement. That's what I'm telling you.
Troy Brown Jr. is a very good average NBA player. He's a good 3-and-D guy. He's totally dependent on the environment around
He's their
him.
only 3-and-D guy.
Lonnie Walker is the exact same way. He is athleticism as good as it comes, but he's only as good as the system around him. You will get the best version of Lonnie Walker if LeBron and AD and Russ play to their maximum roles. Lonnie Walker will be unbelievable because now he's the 4th guy. Like him as the 4th guy, he can look really good.
Well, he
Him
did
as
last night because there were some
second
dunks,
guy,
some
you're cooked.
athletic. Yeah, well, but he doesn't need to be the second guy.
That's my whole point.
But I will say this, watching the game last night, I don't know if you heard this or not, Alex, but Stu Lance on the Spectrum Sportsnet broadcast, he's like, Lonnie Walker could turn into your number 3.
Stop it.
So I'm just telling you what Stu Lance said. I'm not telling you he's right or wrong. I'm just telling you what I heard him say.
Listen.
Yeah, I don't know,
Look
but
it down,
what I do know is that he is like the best athlete the Lakers have had in a very long time.
Yeah.
I think his ability to jump, his speed, his quickness, it's visible.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice
It
to watch.
translates.
Hey, let me tell you guys this, because we don't have that much time. So I saw, speaking of like Russ has gone from, in just a few games, like big pain in the ass and total negativity around him. And then you look at what's happening with Kyrie Irving. And I love how yesterday Kyrie Irving makes a $500,000 donation as if, you know what? I posted all this anti-Semitic stuff. I kind of tried to fight off the media, but you know what? I'll make a donation, which, by the way, 500 grand's a lot of money, not to Kyrie, but it is to me. But that ought to do it. Hey, back off, everybody. Yeah, I'm anti-Semitic, but I also just gave you a bunch of money, so leave me the hell alone. You know what? That's weak, man. That is weak. When Michael Vick got out of jail on dogfighting charges, Michael Vick didn't make some great donation. He actually went to work, like fixing what was wrong kind of with him and with that community. Like, he did the work, at least as I recall. You're just going to give money and walk away. So Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, he had a statement, Alex, you could probably put it up on the screen, but it's about time somebody in the NBA, especially the boss, kind of took a hard stand, and didn't just kiss his ass like it seems like everybody else has been doing, kissing his ass and protecting. Go ahead, Alex, put it up on the screen. Let's see what Adam Silver had to say.
Working on
I
it.
can tell.
There you go.
All right, read it if you don't mind, because I can't see it.
Statement from Commissioner, quote, Kyrie Irving made a reckless decision to post a link to a film containing deeply offensive anti-Semitic material. While we appreciate the fact that he agreed to work with the Brooklyn Nets and the Anti-Defamation League to combat anti-Semitism and other forms of discrimination, I am disappointed that he has not offered an unqualified apology and more specifically denounced the vile and harmful content contained in the film he chose to publicize. I will be meeting with Kyrie in person in the next week to discuss the situation.
Good. It's like, it's about time somebody in the NBA goes, you know what? This guy represents our league, and he's making us all look like a bunch of jerks. I mean, Shaquille O'Neal said it the other night. Now, Kyrie spoke earlier today. And by the way, I realize that, San Diego sports fans are not huge NBA fans necessarily, but we like a good story. And this one is juicy. So here's what Kyrie said earlier. Let's take a listen.
Speak of hindsight. Are you sorry for the hurt that your post caused people?
I take my responsibility for posting that. Some things that were questionable in there, untrue. Like I said, and the first time you guys asked me when I was sitting on that stage, I don't believe everything that everybody posts. It's a documentary. So I take my responsibility.
Adam Silver wanted to hear the word "I apologize," or in your mind, you said, "I didn't mean to cause any harm." Were you apologizing, or were you not apologizing?
I didn't mean to cause any harm. I'm not the one that made the documentary.
Do you have any anti-Semitic beliefs?
Again, I'm going to repeat. I don't know how the label becomes justified because you guys ask me the same questions over and over again. But this is not going to turn into a spin around cycle, questions upon questions. I told you guys how I felt. I respect all walks of life and embrace all walks of life. That's where I sit.
I think what people want to hear, though, is just a yes or no on that question. Yes or no.
I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from. I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from.
He's such an asshole. He really is.
Look, man. Hey,
God, I can't stand that guy.
Adam Silver needs to suspend this guy indefinitely. Because this is, and if he has to fight the NBA Players Association over this, then so be it. This guy's bad for business. This guy's bad for business.
Yep.
Now,
and by the way, he's bad for the Players Association too, because why does everybody have to defend this guy?
He's bad for business. Like, this is basketball, as much as I love the pure nature of basketball, at the root of it, at that level, it is a business more than it is a game. Okay? Because if they stop paying you, a lot of these dudes will stop playing. So it's a business. This guy is bad for business. Just like all that side talk about China, that was bad for business. So they made guys stop doing it. They suspended Daryl Morey for it. There's precedent to sit this guy down indefinitely because he is bad for business. Period. Whether it be
why do we
COVID,
do this?
like anything.
Why do we do this? Why do we as a society make people apologize? Like, what is if Kyrie Irving today told those reporters, "I'm sorry and no, I am not anti-Semitic." Do you feel different about
No,
Kyrie Irving
not
today?
one bit.
So why do we force this guy and why do we bash this guy for him being him? Like, I don't agree with him. I didn't agree with him on the vaccination stance, but at least he owned it. This is just him being pressured by whoever to even speak to people. But like, why?
Right. I made
Because
a donation. I'm good.
If he comes out, okay, right. And now everybody's making fun of the donation. So why do we do this? There's nothing the dude can say that will come out here and make everybody feel better.
No.
Like, Kyrie Irving is who he is.
Right, but what
Let
Brown,
him be.
No, well, what Browner's saying, no, but I like what Browner's saying, which is at some point, if the league punishes him, and by the way, I know we don't have that much time left, and I do want to get to one other story before we get done with this. So here's my final thought. If the league would punish him, maybe he would stop feeling so entitled. Like, there's consequences to what I do.
But is it hurting? I don't know the answer. Maybe you guys do. What businesses have pulled out of working with the NBA because of what he said?
I'll say this.
How is he hurting the league?
The image of the league.
The image of the league does not, trust me. There's many images of the league. Kyrie Irving is not hurting the image of the league. I can guarantee you that.
When you speak negatively about a race of people, that's bad for business.
But has the
NFL
business been
ran
impacted?
Colin Kaepernick out of the league because he spoke bad about a section that got upset about it.
All I'm asking is the business,
and
I don't agree with Kyrie.
I understand what you're
this.
saying.
But I'm saying, what monetary business has Kyrie impacted negatively in the NBA?
It's a good question, and I don't know the answer. I mean, did
so
all
like
of a
why would
sudden-
they suspend him?
Well, I think suspending him would be a signal to say, hey, Kyrie, you gotta stop doing what you're doing, because why is it that the entire league has to be impacted by what you do? You know, like, it's not just about you.
But is the league being impacted by what he did?
I think it is.
Yes. To the question that Alice asked, could he have said anything that could have changed people's opinions about him? You say no, I disagree with that. If he literally watched that film and thought those things were inaccurate now, because he said he watched it, I don't believe he watched it, but he said it. If he watched that film and felt like, oh, wait, these things misrepresent me, speak about the things that misrepresented what you retweeted, and then tell people why you feel the way you feel, period. This is what
he had
I
that
feel about
opportunity.
Black
And he
Jews
got all negative.
in
He got all
Northeast Africa. That's what he could have given an explanation about that, but he didn't. He was mad
He's not
smug about
smart
it.
enough. He's not smart enough.
He's just annoying.
Because
He's not
every
smart
time you
enough.
ask him, he's like, "You're not going to do this to me.
Yeah.
You're not going to dehumanize me." Like,
Deflect.
because he doesn't know.
He's just so annoying. And I'm just with Shaq. Again, final thought. I'm with Shaq. Everybody winds up having to speak for this idiot. Like, and
Somebody be with me. Let's stop talking about it.
All right, listen, let me do this.
Because he doesn't matter.
All right, let me do this here because we're running out of time. 7 Mile Casino is where we're at. 7milecasino.com is we're in the studios. Obviously, I'm running out of time and I'm kind of hustling now. Hey, listen, one story that we haven't talked about that I really wanted to just mention. Have you guys seen the story of the quarterback from Carlsbad High School who yesterday announced on ESPN that he's accepted a scholarship to Alabama? I got to tell you guys, it's super cool. I love watching kids like Chris Olave, for example, play at Mission Hills High, go to Ohio State and become a star, and then become a first-round draft choice of the New Orleans Saints. I love watching local kids go from high school sports to college sports, and if they're really good enough, get a chance to play pro sports. This young man from Carlsbad High School, think about that. Of all the kids in the country that Alabama is recruiting, they're recruiting the very, very best of the best. You got one of the best high school quarterbacks in the entire country right here in San Diego County, and the kid is going to Alabama. And by the way, taking the Alabama scholarship, you talk about the pressure, meaning like it's not, there's 10 quarterbacks, and every one of those guys is considered one of the top 50, top 100. This guy could have gone anywhere, LSU, Georgia, USC, wherever. He chose to go to Alabama. To me, it just takes a lot of courage, like maybe it seems easy, like, hey, I'm going to Alabama. Yeah, but now you got to go there and work, and now you got to get on the field, and then you got to become the starter. This is all. If you're going to become the next Mac Jones, because you're not a Tua type, and you're not a what's the kid's name in Philadelphia whose name I just lost?
Jalen Hurts.
And you're not a Jalen Hurts type, and you're more of a Mac Jones type. You got to first go there, get into the program, work really hard, get the starting job. I mean, it's an amazing story. I mean, kids get big-time scholarships all the time. USC, UCLA, Oregon, San Diego State. But a quarterback from San Diego County going to Alabama, that's pretty damn impressive, fellas.
I mean, he deserves it. He's like the number 1 ranked California quarterback, or the number 1 quarterback. So, I mean, Browner, if you say
look
San
at
Diego State
that.
If you say anything about San Diego State with this guy,
oh my God,
people can't see your face.
Your face is saying that you're very skeptical about something.
Because I texted my friends who are USC fans, and I was like, Lincoln Riley, what are you doing? But I knew your face. You're thinking San Diego State. Get at.
Oh no, I don't think he's thinking San Diego State. I actually think there's something else going on inside of that brain. Here's what I'll say to everybody. If you're listening on radio, we're handing off to the World Series. If you're watching on YouTube, what is in Browner's head? We'll all find out together with a separate ending. We'll see you guys later. Peace out, everybody.
Many are adding companion units or ADUs to bring more value to their homes. Our experience, plus our strong relationship with the city, makes adding on easier for our homeowners.
We listen to you first, then design and build. Visit MurrayLampert.com for your consultation.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Locally owned and operated, not some bland, uninspired, corporate, cookie-cutter radio station crap. We simply say to those stations, you. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Drivers are getting in accidents at a rate we've never seen before, jumping 18% since 2020. There are higher incidents of speeding and more aggressive driving since the pandemic began. Please slow down and drive safely. It can save a life.
Murray Lampert's design process is very collaborative. We love the process, and what's best about the process is the way that it can flex as needed. So if there's a new piece of technology that's available that's really going to help us out make a more accurate model, we're going to utilize that. We'll send the measure-off team to the house, and they will end up scanning the house using drones, LiDAR scanning, lasers, and tape measures to measure every square inch of the home. Then they'll take that information back to the office and build a 3D model of the home. We'll be upfront and honest if they're asking for things that may be out of their budget. We're going to let them know up front. We're always motivated to strive for excellence. There's kind of not another way to be. We do the best work we can and ultimately make the homeowners happy. What makes me proud is when we present that 3D model to the homeowners and we wow them. Sometimes we even bring tears to their eyes because they love the design so much. That brings me a lot of joy.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts and discover how our daily choices affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for healthier living. Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on YourView and YourView.com. Your Health is brought to you by Clever Care Health Plan, your partners for comprehensive care.
I feel like I have the fun part of the job where I get to help out and make my clients' houses look beautiful. We start with looking at the floor plan, space planning, and then we look at countertops, tile, backsplashes, flooring, cabinets, everything like that. We have a lot of client meetings start in our conference room. Sometimes we have some clients that have already selected certain items that they want to incorporate into their project. We want to make sure they're happy with it because they're going to be living with it for a very long time. Sometimes we'll do something that goes totally with the style, and then we'll have a total outlier option for the client. And a lot of the times they end up going with that because they want to see something totally different. We want to make sure that we're focusing in on our clients. I really want to make sure at the end of the day that clients are happy, that I'm keeping up with my communication with them, and that we know that at the end of the day as well, and moving through the process of construction and everything, that we're going to have a successful project.
At the Barnes firm, we're seeing more pedestrian and bicycle accidents. Drivers are rolling through red lights, and distracted driving makes every intersection a danger zone for pedestrians. Look both ways when crossing, even if you have the right of way.
Listen to The Mike Greenberg Show, 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. Greeny brings his unmatched depth of sports knowledge, fun, and entertainment back to ESPN on a daily basis. The Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and themightier1090.com.
Hola, I'm JR Cardenas.
And I'm Vanessa Ramirez.
We're the hosts for Su Vida, where we showcase California restaurants, music,
art, culture, and so much more.
We would love to talk to you about featuring your business on our show.
Yes, and as an added bonus, you get to keep the professional video segment to repurpose and use on your website or social media channels.
Please click on the link below to get more information about how to put your business on Su Vida.
We hope to hear from you soon.
Great things can be achieved when a community comes together. Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community. Watch Doing More Sunday night at 6 on YourView or stream it online at yourview.com. Brought to you by Procopio, San Diego's largest law firm, committed to community, representing San Diegans for more than 75 years. You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the Mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and YourView, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Many are adding companion units or ADUs to bring more value to their homes. Our experience, plus our strong relationship with the city, makes adding on easier for our homeowners.
We listen to you first, then design and build. Visit murraylampert.com for your consultation.
Hey, everybody, I'm glad you guys are watching. And right in the middle of the show, I love to talk about one of our great sponsors. In this case, it's Jackery, and you can visit them online at jackery.com. And a couple of Jackery ambassadors, brand ambassadors, are standing by. This is Giselle and Steven, who I've been looking at their website, The Lover's Passport. Hey, guys, first of all, welcome. Glad to have you guys here. How you doing today?
Amazing.
Doing great, yeah.
Thanks so much for having us.
Tell us what The Lover's Passport is. I've been looking at the website, theloverspassport.com, and I am so jealous of the two of you guys.
Well, it kind of started as just a side hustle for us, a little couples adventure blog, if you will. And it slowly turned into a passion project of ours during COVID lockdown. And we bought our first camera in April of 2020 and just started capturing all of our adventures instead of just writing about them. And fast forward to present day, now we're both full-time travel photographers and adventure enthusiasts.
Did you guys know that you had the eye or the talent to be good photographers? Because I take a lot of pictures and I don't think I'm a photographer. I'm just a guy who has a bunch of pictures on my phone.
We're completely self-taught from YouTube.
Yeah, I feel like we used to model for one of my friends when we did different hikes. So we both loved hiking. And then eventually we were like, why don't we just buy our own camera and we can take some of our own pictures? Because we followed some of these other travel couples that inspired us a ton. So we were like, we could totally do this.
Wow, that's so cool. You guys learned photography on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube University, as we say.
Oh my God, YouTube you. That's awesome. You guys should have shirts that say YTU.
Yeah, I mean, you can learn. I have a degree in film and media, but I never did the production side of it. And the resources that are currently available online to whether you're learning photography or a totally other skill, it's incredible these days.
Where are you guys from? I read that you guys are both California people. Is that right?
Yes, born and raised in Southern California.
Where are you guys from?
I'm from Ventura, California. She's a little bit south.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Woodland Hills.
Okay,
I'm a Valley girl.
Gotcha. Okay, well, this is perfect because we've got a lot of people watching on Cox YourView throughout San Diego, Orange County, LA, Santa Barbara. So all your people are going to definitely get a chance to see all of this. So you guys become full-time travel adventure bloggers. I've been reading a bunch of your blogs. My son goes to college in West Virginia. I see you guys have a full thing on West Virginia. That was really cool for someone like me to read.
Yeah, we loved West Virginia. It was beautiful out there.
I think one thing that we really try and do is a lot of states travel, especially coming out of the pandemic. And a lot of hidden gems are just right around the corner in the States. And a lot of people think, you know, you have to go to these beautiful international destinations, but there are so many hidden gems to explore in the state. And a lot of them there were tons and tons of these beautiful waterfalls out in West Virginia. We were really impressed.
So you guys become travel, adventure, outdoor bloggers, if you will. And then who puts the website together and who comes up with the name, The Lover's Passport?
That was me. I'm betting you couldn't guess that one. Yeah, no, I used to work in marketing before I did this. I was very used to SEO and the back end of websites and writing articles and things like that. So I came up with The Lover's Passport by taking like synonyms for couples travel and then came up with names that were still available because I was like, oh, what's something that's going to get a lot of traffic? It's
Yeah.
not even, there's no like fun story behind it. I just like, what's searchable
Yeah.
and
Thought we would
memorable.
be doing a lot of international travel, but then the pandemic hit. So we kind of pivoted from lots of international travel
To
and
road
started doing a lot
trips.
of road trips to really highlight the states.
So jealous, dude. So jealous. So tell me this. You guys are photographers, so you need a lot of power. You've got equipment with you. You're also blogging and you're working on your website. So you have to, you know, be able to be powered. And that's where our common partner, Jackery, comes in. Got about a minute and a half. I'd love for you to tell us about Jackery and what products you use and how you use them.
Yeah, Jackery's like completely changed the way that we could travel because before we were always plugging into the car. I think my car battery died like a dozen or so times. And then finally we started using the Jackery and we can charge our laptops off it. We can charge all of our camera gear. And it's really nice because it also has solar panels. So for our longer road trips, we can be completely self-sustained where we can put out the Jackery, be able to get some power from that and recharge even while we're pulling a lot of energy from our laptops.
And it's just nice if you're a digital nomad or doing
Mhm.
remote work. It gives you the flexibility to travel and still get work done without having to worry about your laptop dying in the middle of the desert, you know? So
Exactly.
it's such a great tool. We've been using the 1000 for over 2 years now, along with the solar panels, and we just recently upgraded. So we're really excited to continue using our Jackery out on our road trips.
Hey guys, Giselle and Steven, it is great to be with you guys. I look forward to a much longer conversation. The website is theloverspassport.com. And the other website that you should know about is jackery.com. And I love what you guys just had to say about powering up and using solar power. It's great advice for people who are going to be tailgating or going to be traveling themselves. Good luck with more of your adventures. You got a new fan who's going to be following you guys on all the social platforms and your website. And thank you so much for talking about Jackery with us.
And thanks so much for having us.
A real pleasure, guys. Thank you. Back to the show, everybody.
If you're going to count yourself as a fan of this radio station, you will need to continuously ask yourself one basic question. Am I listening enough? Pro tip, wives are not a good source for input on this. This is the Mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio.
Many are adding companion units or ADUs to bring more value to their homes. Our experience, plus our strong relationship with the city, makes adding on easier for our homeowners.
We listen to you first, then design and build. Visit murraylampert.com for your consultation.
Muéstrame cómo va a manejar papi. ¿A dónde vas a ir?
On every mountain and valley you tread, through wind and rain, we're here with you. To shine a light when it gets dark, and to forge a path where it gets tough. Let Jackery Solar power all your hopes and dreams. Take you where you want to go, to the goals you chase, to the ones you love. Explore further with Jackery Solar. Jackery, 10 years on.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts and discover how our daily choices affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for healthier living. Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on YourView and YourView.com. Your Health is brought to you by Clever Care Health Plan, your partners for comprehensive care.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.